Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here. And welcome back to another crypto video. And guys, everybody in the XRP community is talking about Hester right now. She is a commissioner for the SEC. And she just let go of a couple of statements regarding the Ripple v SEC lawsuit. And people are going crazy because of what she said. So today, we're going to be covering that plus more about XRP regulations. And mind you guys, regulations are not always a bad thing. They're in actuality, most of the time, a very good thing. In simple terms, it allows for way more investment into the realm, and it makes sure that people can actually innovate following the rules. Right now, a clear thing we saw with Ripple is that they could have been further had they known what was and what wasn't allowed. All right, so Hester Pierce, I am assuming that you pronounce it like that. Hope I'm not botching it. If I am, let me know in the comments section down below. I am not a native English speaker. I try my best. One of the things which we saw was Alt Juror, who said, "Hi Hester, what's your vote on the SEC v Ripple lawsuit?" Meaning your opinion, not that of the SEC. Important distinction, but still relevant. Supreme Court judges' votes are made on public matters of life and death. Speaking of the future criminal convictions regarding security regulations, please tell the world how you feel. And that is because that of this discussion right here, which again, we did already cover in a video yesterday, guys. If on my channel, we are not the first to publish some sort of news, there's something wrong. We usually are really quick like that, but all right. We covered this yesterday. It's about, I agree with JW Verrett that we should rethink the way we approach past criminal convictions in security regulation. It's basically about if there's a certain company out there, they should have a little bit of time to actually develop themselves. So if they were in security for like a year or 2 or 3, then they should be fine as long as they moved on from it. That's basically the point. Now, she said, "I can't answer your question now, but votes that precede the final resolution of a matter will generally be posted when the matter is final." You might think, oh, that's so bad. Well, some people took a conclusion out of everything that she's been posting right now over the last couple of days. Like, for example, John Deaton, who is, again, a lawyer, and we all know him from the motion to intervene into the Ripple v SEC lawsuit. He said, "In my opinion, what Hester is actually saying is that, legally speaking, it is absurd to consider the digital asset itself as an investment contract, aka a security. Any commodity, Bitcoin, gold, oil, etc., or product, cars, mining equipment, etc., can be sold as an investment contract." Let us dive a little bit deeper. Team Digital said, "Hey John Deaton, didn't we already know this? And isn't the lawsuit about whether XRP was sold as a security or not?" And oh my days, did John dive into that one deep, all right? Because he had a couple of words to say right there. Many people have the same impression as Team Digital about what the SEC is alleging in the case against Ripple. And as it is 100% understandable why people have this impression. First, the SEC has been very inconsistent in its legal arguments, both written and oral. Second, other people have disagreed with what I've said and claim that the SEC is only arguing that XRP is a security when Ripple sells it. But the truth can be found in the SEC's motion in opposition to XP holders' motion to intervene on page 24. Quote, "The traded XRP, even in the secondary market, is the embodiment of those facts, circumstances, promises, and expectations, and today represents that investment contract," end quote. The SEC argues to the judge that XRP itself, even the XRP traded in the secondary market, and thus not just from Ripple, is the embodiment of Ripple's efforts and promises, and today represents that investment contract. In other words, the SEC is claiming that today's XRP, including the XRP traded on the exchanges, that's the secondary market, are all investment contracts under Howey, and thus securities. It is because of this absurd claim that I filed the writ of mandamus, followed later by the motion to intervene. If the case was only about when and how Ripple sells XRP, the SEC would have never heard from me. I hope this ends any confusion about what the SEC has alleged. And I gotta say one little thing right there. First of all, John Deaton, very big thumbs up to you for putting in all this work. Second of all, this is where Hester gets important. Hester has specifically spoken out about that last part, about the fact that this lawsuit should, or again, kind of taking it from her words, lawsuits akin to all of this, should be about what the company itself does and not the secondary markets. We have been discussing this for a couple of days now, but it's a really important distinction. If this lawsuit is only against Ripple sales of XRP, XRP can now start listing on exchanges again, and we are all cleared. We're all free to go. All is good. Ripple has to pay a fine. Ripple has to maybe stop selling some, but who cares? It'll fix itself. The question, however, is XRP itself always a security, or are we talking about Ripple selling XRP as the investment contract? And then things get a little bit deeper because Hester has pointed out it's actually about when, in what time frame that actually happens too. If, for example, a specific crypto like XRP were sold as investment contracts or are complete investment contracts on its own for a little bit of time, that should be agreeable, or at least there should be some new rules that make that agreeable. Why? Well, think about Bitcoin, think about Ether, think about any network out there in the crypto space. The majority of them are ruled by a very small amount of people from the get-go. Why? Because if you're not doing a complete airdrop to an already existing amount of people, you will have control over it, and you're the biggest person to make it work for a little while until you actually start to build use case and whatnot. If I were to make a crypto project right now, how are you going to make it completely decentralized, completely independent off of you from the get-go, right? You have to get those people together. You're the biggest guy to, put initiative into it all. It's a really difficult thing to say. That, of course, is also why these security laws are kind of crooked or don't really work anymore. But let's kind of go on here, all right? Let's quickly see here. Art said that. We just kind of covered that one. Okay, let's quickly move on. The SEC looks to implement new crypto regulation, says Commissioner Hester Pierce. Quote, or actually, let's first read. In an interview with Bloomberg, Pierce names 3 main aspects of the crypto space that she hopes to tackle soon. Quote, I hope that we can provide clarity in a few different areas. One would be, I've put out a token safe harbor to give some clarity around token distribution events. I think we need to approve an exchange-traded product based on Bitcoin, and frankly, we've got new applications in based on Ethereum as well. And we need to provide clarity around custody for regulated entities. So for broker-dealers and investment advisors, those are some of the areas I'd like us to take action in. Pierce notes that SEC Gary Gensler has already been vocal about having some oversight over the Bitcoin spot markets and has called for more investor protections in crypto. I would also like to state that that is hypocritical. Investor protection is definitely biased in this specific aspect because investor protection is only as good as they want to make it seem. Why? Well, they did not protect any investor from the Ethereum kind of crowdfund that went on. And they're also not protecting investors by saying that all the XRP community members who are trying to intervene into this lawsuit are already protected by Ripple because the people who are trying to intervene are market participants, aka investors, and should be protected by the SEC. So the SEC, what they did with this lawsuit, of course, hurt people more than whatever they could have gotten from it. So it's really debatable, but all right. Pierce notes that the SEC Commissioner Pierce also gives her take on the SEC's ongoing lawsuit against Ripple, which accuses the San Francisco-based payments company of security fraud in relation to the distribution of its native token, XRP. Quote, well, that's a difficult question, and it's something that I've also, again, tried to get us to be a little bit more precise about. When thinking about a crypto asset, a digital asset as part of being a security, what we're going to do is what we're doing is we're saying that we think it is being sold as part of an investment contract, which means that there's promises being made around the sale of that asset. Now, we can already kind of tell here, Ripple never makes any promise about XRP, but okay. It doesn't mean that the asset itself has to be a security. And this, again, is the key here. Like I said before, Hester was the commissioner for the SEC. Again, her own opinion, not an SEC official opinion. Not that it would have mattered, because we have seen now from this case that whatever the SEC puts online is not representative of their stance on something. I mean, they can put up whatever they want online. You cannot use that in court. Even though it's an SEC official statement out there, it doesn't really matter. If Jay Clayton or William Hinman spoke, no, nothing of what they said can be taken with any relevance. It's only if it's officially put out there that it's an official SEC approved thing can we take that as advice or as something we should take in. So even if it was the SEC's opinion, it didn't matter because it's not official. it doesn't mean that the asset itself has to be a security. Hester now has explained now that there's literally a very good chance that the SEC's lawsuit here, what they are alleging, is in actuality just plain wrong. Once more, take a look back at what John Dean wrote, and it is that what they are alleging is that not only is it being sold as an investment contract, it is an investment contract. And every single person, even you and I right now, selling XRP to each other are in the wrong because we are still selling this XRP investment contract thing. And again, Hester says, well, maybe that's not the case because it doesn't mean that the asset itself has to be a security. And what she kind of admits here, my opinion, is that she admits that the SEC in their lawsuit here could very well be wrong. Again, not completely, but for what they are alleging exactly. It means that it was being sold as a security, and then the question becomes, at what point can someone sell that asset not as a security? And that is a very difficult line, but that is the one which they want to make proper regulations about right now, about until what point something considers or should be considered a security and what, again, not. Ethereum right now is not a security. Confirmed. Sure, 100%. Was it ever a security though? Yes, 99% sure it was. However, since it transitioned over, we can kind of say, okay, no, we can kind of keep it in the background. XRP, you can kind of say the same thing about, even though Ethereum was more of a security then than XRP ever was. So it's a really, really, really difficult one. You might also say the more that they allow, the more ETPs, exchange to their parties and whatnot, the easier it's to say that it's not a security anymore because it's broader, there's more use and everything like that. But since they're diminishing the use and the regulation and basically the clarity, of course there's also going to be more security issues since, again, it's not clear, it's not open, it's not easy to innovate. It's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Whatever they do, they should just put up things and it'll only help. XRP doesn't have to be a security, says SEC Crypto Mom. She is often considered to be the XRP crypto mom. Sorry, guys, the official crypto mom. This is from 4 hours ago, but it's not like this is the first time she put up something regarding the lawsuit or regarding crypto regulation. She's put up different things out there because she knows, she very much knows that there might be something wrong right there, or at least there must be some different new steps taken towards crypto regulation to make it proper. Here's, for example, one article from a little while ago, June 10th. Last week, U.S. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce speaks out against stringent crypto regulations. She's spoken out because, again, they're not completely solid just quite yet. She said, I'm concerned about trying to make it harder for people to do truly peer-to-peer transactions. I think regulation doesn't all have to happen at a government level. You can have pretty effective self-regulation. Debatable, but it's just talking about the foolish regulation that could be coming up here that the U.S. could go for, which I would definitely agree with. Then we also have another one here from when? May 26th, crypto may force SEC to modernize custody rules, Commissioner Hester Peirce. The bottom line message I have is that we have to do work to do in modernizing our custody rules all across the board. Again, the truth. They said Peirce wrong, but all right, I just noticed that. Real quick, is it Peirce? I'm assuming that even though you might spell it differently, you say it the same. Is it supposed to be Peirce? Peirce? Hester Peirce? Maybe I should have listened to it a couple of times when they say her name. Hester Peirce? I don't know, man. I've been trying, but I'm always saying Hester Peirce. Huh. Maybe I'm stupid. I could very well be. Whatever. Then we're talking here, another article from a little bit earlier, I believe even today, this is one. Climate fight brews as SEC moves towards mandate for risk disclosure. The SEC is working on crypto regulation, don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's partially climate, by the way. It's partially the risk. It's partially meme coins. It is partially coming back on statements from earlier. Asset managers push for more info. Energy transportation companies says climate change risks aren't easily measured. Little Gary Gensler here. I think his focus literally has been on the climate and that part of things, basically. I thought he would do quite a lot more than he's actually done, and I do wonder, what will he be known for in the end of things? Will he actually let go of one significant thing during his time at the SEC, or will he just come and go? Let's quickly see Gary Gensler, time in office. I believe he doesn't have long to go still, guys. Oh, okay, he has a 5-year term. Okay. At first, he didn't necessarily have long to go, but now it's... No, wait, that's this is something else. No, I was like, no, he doesn't have a long time to go. That's talking about, I'm just typing this in, right? Gary Gensler time in office, just to kind of try something out. Because I believe he didn't actually have too long at the SEC. But I could, of course, be mistaken. Let's quickly check it out here. I thought, If one of you guys knows the exact date, let me know in the comment section down below. I thought I read it somewhere, but it could be that I have misread and that he gets a really long amount of time. I thought it was only for like a couple of months, though. Maybe it's for a couple of years. Maybe it's to 2026. I thought it was like a really short amount of time. But yeah, if you know about that one, you should let me know in the comment section down below. Here it says that Gary Gensler is going to be in office until 2026. The same thing as said at the top here. So, yeah, okay. I didn't believe this one, but now I will believe it. I'll just take it in. I'll keep it as it is. And we'll just say it's 2026. But I'm just kind of wondering, what is his legacy going to be? What is he going to do? Here was another article here about former SEC chair Jay Clayton on the market risks and even meme stocks traders can't afford to ignore. It's basically about crypto, how it goes right now in just stocks, and know why and where the SEC can't protect investors because they don't have control over all mediums which we communicate with each other. I just always see hypocrisy every single time I read into what Jay Clayton says, and I am biased. I'm going to give you guys the honest opinion here. We are seeing trading flows from retail investors that are unprecedented, driving these price swings, Clayton said. In America, we don't tell people you cannot buy and sell securities unless the information violates security laws or there has been stock manipulation. I don't think the SEC should ignore this, and if it's analogous to some pump and dump penny stock arena, then of course it should be looked at. But we need people to look at, ask, is this a reliable source of info? It doesn't really matter whatever is going to come from here. I'm just wondering, if he has so many opinions over the last couple of weeks, we've heard him multiple times about securities here, left to right, and about crypto and stocks. Why did he leave the SEC? Why did he step up a day before suing Ripple? If he has such an adamant view on it all, why not stay and change it? Why just say, oh no, I would definitely think it should be changed. What is this? It's mind-boggling to me, but whatever. Guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. It was a longer one, but I think it was worth it. If you did enjoy it, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.